Good morning, everyone. I don't know what time you're watching this, but most of the time when I record it is in the morning. I'm up, I'm feeling good, I'm fully connected, right? So today we are getting ready to do the general read. So if you haven't checked out the masculine read, which again, I like to think, we have feminine and masculine within ourselves. So I would watch it pertaining to myself. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. We basically talked about how metaphorically we're in a spot where we're kind of gathering things from our supply list for this new foundation that we're building, right? And the job right now is to kind of gather, relax, and rejuvenate. And there are things going on in the background that we're unaware of at this time. It's important to know that you're supported, you're prepared for whatever shift is coming. Play with perspective, and as always, make sure that you're communicating with yourself. So if you haven't checked out the masculine reading, feel free to go check it out. But enough about that, because you are here for this read. So today, this is a reading, general read for Thursday. Let's see what's coming up, right? What's happening over the weekend? What information and knowledge needs to be coming to us collectively? So my messages come through from my higher self. My higher self and I have an agreement that my higher self is the only one to give me messages. So the messages do go through a filtration system, through into my higher self, and then to me. So, all right, higher self. You know who's going to be watching the video. Let's do it. All right. Let's see. So I'm just going to let spirit take it off. That's right. Growing closer to spirit. 3 is about co-creating, right? You have 1, leadership. You have 2, you have a team. Partnerships, relationships. But when you have 3, you have a real team. Sorry, I said 2, you have a team. 2, you have a partnership, a friendship, right? But 3, that's where you have a team. And look at the bottom of look at that. Okay? So we're addressing the vibrational shift that we're in now. Okay? We're all beginning to co-create with ourselves, with our higher selves, with our friends that we really haven't been taught about, right? We've been taught that space looks like this or space looks like that. And I think the truth is beginning to emerge, right? So we're beginning to realize, things are a little bit different than what we've been taught, and that's okay. We just have to adapt to the change. We just have to understand, what is this? What am I? How does this work? And so I feel like we're growing. We're growing as individuals, and we're growing on a collective scale. So tell me about this 3 of growth. Tell me about this 3 of growth. What do you want to tell me about this? Make it pop. Tell me about this 3 of growth. There we go. Ooh. Something else is coming. Something else is on its way. Now, whatever is on its way may be unfamiliar, but it is going to be something that we love. The only issue is going to be adapting to whatever this change is going to be, or whatever this information is, or whatever this is that's coming our way. The initial, what? Like, I feel like that's what I want to say. That initial, like, huh? What? But then once it settles and we adapt and we really step back and see what's going on, we're all going to be like, oh my gosh, freedom. I'm hearing freedom. I hear freedom very clearly. So freedom, right? But it really does start within ourselves. So as we do the work within ourselves, as we expand and find different ways of thinking, which you can find freedom by evaluating the way you think. I mean, I've done it within my own life, and that's quite frankly why I'm doing these readings now. I'm a consciousness developer. That's what I do. I'm doing these readings just as a sense of sharing this with other people. another outlet of being able to say, hey, you're capable of changing your reality with your thoughts. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it's possible. And so with this Jack, the Knight is all about taking action, on the horse, on its way. The Jack is about pre-planning, right? Laying the map out, planning out where you're going, making sure everything's in the bag, shutting off all the lights before you leave, double checking that the door is locked, like that type of energy. So not quite, hasn't like left the building, but is in preparation to leave the building. So I feel like I want to talk on a collective scale, but I'm going to keep it on an individual scale, okay? But I think that we can relate this information both individually and collectively, because to a degree it's a reflection, right? So as we begin understanding things and connecting with a different way of thinking, a different way of doing things, we elevate in vibration. And I feel like this Jack has been waiting for us to get to a point, right? Like if you're meeting a friend at Starbucks, okay, you're not gonna leave hours ahead of time. You're gonna make sure your friend left, and then you're gonna leave when they leave so that you can meet them at Starbucks at the same time. It's the same type of concept, okay? Spirit, or the higher realms, or whatever it is you wanna call it, that high vibrational energy that supports and loves us, that has something for us, but we have to meet it at the door. So it's not gonna leave until we get to a spot where we're like, okay, we're ready to meet you, right? So I feel like that's what we're kind of contemplating and moving towards right now, is being like, maybe there is a different way of thinking. Maybe I should be stepping outside of the box a little bit. How can I reevaluate the situation I'm in and use what I have, right? There was a great quote that I'll never forget: start where you are with what you have, because what you have is plenty. And I took that with me even when I was at the rock bottom, and I'll tell you, it got me through a lot. And so, start where you are with what you have. What you have is plenty. Use your mind. You have a huge advantage if you understand how the mind works. Self-educate yourself on how the mind works, the conscious and the subconscious, on energy, right? How do you raise your vibration? How do you get to a spot where this manifestation can meet you? Because you want changes in your reality, right? You want changes in your reality. All right, so tell me about this Jack. What's meeting us? Tell me about this Jack. What's meeting us? Love that. And look, these ones came out down here. Love that. So what's meeting us? A new foundation, a new world, a new everything. So if you're watching this, chances are there's quite a bit in your life that's probably all over the place. How's the job looking? How's the income looking? Not good or bad, and not in judgment, just how is it looking right now? Where do we stand? Excuse me. A hiccup. That made me feel like there are hiccups right now. Okay? There are little road blockages that are make us kind of what's happening is these little road blockages are shifting us in a specific direction. These little hiccups that we're hitting are making us step outside of how we've been doing things, okay? So I feel like there may be things going on that everything is shifting, right? And which would make sense, because again, if you're looking at this from a collective standpoint, I mean, good Lord, everything is shifting, right? So as happens, outside of ourselves happens within. So within, we're shifting. We're recalibrating to something that we really love, right? What is your foundation? What is your security? What is your stability? Where does that safety within yourself lie, right? It used to be in income or a job or your house, your car. That was your security. And we're now beginning to realize that, we've had our focus about security in the wrong place. It has to come from within, something that nobody can take from you, right? So we're kind of breaking the old foundation so that this new foundation can be put in place, a foundation that really serves you, A foundation that makes you wake up every morning and say, oh my gosh, I'm here. I am here. What is it that I want to do? What is it that lights that spark? That's where you're kind of, all the other options are being blocked off right now, which is causing us to do a lot of emotional work, right? But it's keeping us in the direction that our soul really wants to go. We're becoming the person that you really want to be. And then we have the 9 of Hearts and the 6 of Growth here, which I love, because 9 and 6, they share the same types of energies, okay? Because if you take the 9, you flip it upside down, you have the 6. Same with the 6, you flip it upside down, you have the 9. So the energies reside simultaneously within both numbers. The 9 is all about standing on your own. I mean, if you really look at the 9 here, look at the number, right? Let's focus on this one. It stands. It stands on its own. It's almost like it's got like little legs, you know? It's got a little leg there and it's standing on its own. So 9 is about being in a spot where it's like, wow, I have been through chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here I am at 9. Here I am standing in a position I never thought I'd be able to get to, but here I am. I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm more capable than I've ever been, right? And this is why the 9 is coming out in Hearts. You're getting to a point where you're realizing, oh my goodness, if it wasn't for chapters 1 through 9, I wouldn't have the awareness that I have. I wouldn't have the direction that I have. I wouldn't have the information, the self-education that I have, right? And that brings us to the 6, and it's coming out in growth. In other words, you're standing at the end of this chapter now going, I can do this. I can do this. I thought I was hitting rock bottom at chapter 4, chapter 5, you know? But here I am at 9, stronger than I've ever been, more aware than I've ever been, ready to move forward, unlike ever before, right? And it's a little rocky, a little scary, but I got this. I can do this because look at all the other stuff I've surpassed, right? So this is really exciting. This is really exciting, right? So far I'm getting, that we're connecting with a different way of thinking in an effort to build this new foundation and to shift out of this I want to say individual energy into more of a collective energy, into more of, okay, I don't have to hibernate anymore. Most of the work has been done. I didn't even realize that I was doing all this work for this reason, but here I am, and I'm moving forward, coming out of the thick of recreating this foundation for myself. Okay. I kind of feel like this could also be work related. I think for a lot of us, one of the biggest programs that it's been most difficult for me to break has been my programming regarding money, how to emotionally detach from money, how to really trust the universe, build that relationship with yourself, with your guides, with the universe in general, and literally how to manifest. I mean, I live a very bougie lifestyle and I don't make that much money, but anything I need, I always have it. The experiences, they're there. The lifestyle, it's there. I mean, I drive a Mercedes. I live in a beautiful place. And I'm not saying that to gloat. I'm saying that to express that this is possible. Manifestation is very real. It's just a matter of learning A, B, C, and D, which most people don't know. In fact, those steps have been strategically hidden from us, right? So now it's a matter of stepping out of the box to learn these steps, for lack of better words, right? To learn how do you get to the place you're trying to go, and how can you do it in a system that is built to keep you limited. You have to find different ways. And so that's what's so exciting about this. because now these different ways are emerging. All right. All right, so tell me about this 3 of growth. I don't always read reversals. I'll know if I need to read them or not. Okay. 4 of Swords. Look at this. Having gone through battle, you have these swords to show for it. You have this sword in front of you. In other words, you're ready to hop back into battle when need be. But for the time being, relax. Relax. Connect with yourself. Now you've been in battle. Now you know what it's like. How are you going to move forward? You're not going to go into battle the same way you did the first battle, right? Because now you've been through a couple. So now you might be able to see, okay, well, now I know a little bit more about my opponent, right? I had to think smart. Maybe I could come around from this way. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do this. Where are their strengths and weaknesses? Where are your strengths and weaknesses? Right? So now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. And when you think, what happens is you build a relationship with yourself. You're communicating with yourself. You're no longer discrediting what your inner instincts tell you, right? And that's that growing, that connecting, that teamwork. But in the meantime, it's okay to relax. You're in a spot right now where I feel like observe and relax. This is a step-by-step process. This is not a, hey, how am I going to handle this next week? You don't want to do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. The mind will play games with you. Step by step. This is a perfect opportunity to learn how to be in every moment. All right, tell me about this Jack of Hearts. What's coming? Something very emotionally fulfilling, something that we love, something that's exciting is coming our direction. Two of Coins. I like the Two of Coins coming out here because basically what I'm feeling like is there are still some decisions being made. So sorry, guys. I got a phone call. Normally I wouldn't have answered it, but it was important. So thank you for understanding. So basically, I kind of feel like we're at a decision spot in our life. So if you're watching this, this really is a step by step. And within every decision, you kind of dictates what direction, you know, are we ready to face this, or is this a lesson we still need to learn? And the lessons are coming quick, right? Like, so the Two of Coins coming out here to me is that we're in decision mode. We're in decision mode. You know, this is unfamiliar to us. It's going to take a little bit of time. A lot of this type of information, a lot of the ideas that are kind of going around, and you know, with the election and everything, there's a lot going up in the air where people are like, wait a minute, what is happening? And so that's causing all of us to kind of step out of the box and really evaluate each decision we make stepping forward. And that's this Two of Coins. That's where we're at. That's why it's important to be in the Four of Swords energy. Be decisive. Make the decisions you need to make, but connect with yourself first. This is a perfect time to really learn how to build your inner guidance system. Build that relationship with yourself. Strengthen the relationship you have within, right? This new foundation that's being built, it doesn't happen overnight. Again, as a reflection of the collective, it takes time. So hang in there. Hang in there. Lay out all the perspectives that you could have and choose the perspective that makes you feel good. And that probably won't be your initial perspective, right? Because we have this lens that we've been given thus far. And so you have to kind of take that lens off and visit a whole bunch of different perspectives. You know, we are on a ball floating in space. Take that statement with you. We are on a ball floating in space, okay? So hang in there. Everything is shape-shifting. It's a day by day. Connect to yourself. This is giving us time to really learn, wow, you know, I've been doing things this way for so long, but I know that I want to do things over here. So how do I do that? What does that look like? This is giving us that time to be able to evaluate that and try to move in a direction that is suitable for who you are as an individual, right? And judgment, here we are. Okay, we've been doing this for a long time, right? Here's this 9 of Swords. We're finally getting to that spot where it's like, okay, I've been through enough to know how this works, right? I've been through enough to know, okay, I'm getting ready to go through a chapter change. Now the question is, what direction do I want to go next? And it's kind of with this 2 of Coins, the Judgment card. It's time to be very real with yourself. It's time to get rid of the limitations. Get rid of the negative thoughts. Dive into the emotional work that needs to be done, right? If somebody triggers you, it's no longer them being this or them being that. Why are you triggered? Look at why you're triggered. They're triggering a wound for you. Heal the wound. Make the judgment call. It's time. It's time to do the work, right? And sometimes the mind can play tricks on us where it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard and this is going to be so taunting. And it's like, don't let the mind play games with you. Claim easy and effortless. You're a god. You're a god and a goddess. I say it in all my readings, and I will forever say it in all my readings. We are gods and goddesses walking around down here. I don't care what you have, what you look like, what your style is, what type of music you listen to, doesn't matter. Does not matter. You are a god. And it's time that we begin remembering that, right? So here we are, making this judgment call, right? Everything that you feed yourself right now is imperative. Watch the things you're watching. You know, when you watch the news, it's developed strategically to be emotionally stressful. Don't let them get you. Don't let them get you, right? Stay out of that. If you want to know enough, detach emotionally and then, you know, have an update, see what's going on, but stay in the moment. Make the decision to go within. Listen to that inner guidance system. It will help you maintain your strength. Make the judgment call that you deserve better than what we're being given right now. And then make that same judgment call within your personal life, within every aspect of your personal life, your relationships, your job, friendships, things that you're involved in. Make that decision, make that judgment call. This is going to work for me or this isn't going to work for me, based off of your inner intuition, right? And it's funny because then we move into this 6 of Growth and 6 of Cups. What I love about this is a pure balance, because here we have 6 of Growth, growing, moving forward. 5, chaotic. 6, balance. So when I see 6 to me is moving forward, moving out of the chaos, right? And then you can kind of see that in this 6 of Cups depiction. He's taking his cup and he's moving from it. Hey, I know this doesn't work for me. And it's painful. Look, it's not like, you know, he's like, wow, these emotions, you know, maybe he doesn't want to leave this person. Maybe he loves that person. See how the sun is all around that person, right? This person may have been the highlight of your life, you know, but what's not good for you is not good for you. And so we have to make the decision to walk from that with love, with so much love, you know, because this is cups. This is very emotional. So this is something that you're having to walk from that has really played a big emotional role in your life thus far. Something that you are emotionally attached to, but you're outgrowing it, right? Outgrowing the friendships, the relationships, The daily activities that we've been doing over here, we're outgrowing them and we're moving to this side of the chart. And so far, I really feel like this general energy is step by step by step, right? Making decisions that really resonate with that inner soul side of yourself. This is the perfect opportunity to learn what is the difference between the ego and the soul. What's talking to me, right? I'm in control of this. What is the right answer? What's the best way to move forward? I love that they brought strength and the foundation, the Four of Diamonds, out right in the middle, right? Because I feel like, listen, this is your center beam, okay? So it's important for you to know that you are prepared for this. You are prepared for this. And this is, it is a follow-up to the masculine read. So if you haven't seen the masculine read, I would definitely say go read it or go watch it. And maybe go read, pick up some books, right? It's to begin self-educating outside of what we've been taught, you know? Educate about the conscious and the subconscious. Educate about energy. Educate about vibration, numerology, things of this nature, right? The world is quite literally in a state of evolution. How can you use the things that you already have on your side to your advantage, like your mindset? How do you reprogram your mind? Right? The mind is programmable, just like we learned the ABCs. Took time. But now you could literally do the ABCs while doing cartwheels outside, right? It's because it's programmed. So this is just a matter of deprogramming the old way of thinking and reprogramming for a new way of thinking. How can I see this as an opportunity instead of a problem? Right? And that's what's happening. And we are moving forward. I mean, having this 6 and 6 come out like that, we're moving forward, right? We've surpassed the most difficult part, which was not knowing what the heck is going on at all whatsoever and trying to fight to make it happen. That's the worst part. You're over that hump. You're at a spot with this 9 of energies where you're like, hold on a minute. Let me evaluate everything I've been through now and move forward in a beneficial fashion, right? Oh man, lots going on, huh? Lots going on. Okay, I'm gonna do a third row and then advice cards and then we'll wrap it up. So let's see. Okay, tell me about this 3 of Growth and 4 of Swords. Interesting. 7 of Wands. I feel like, okay, state of evolution going on, right? I really do feel like disconnecting, coming down to earth, and then finding our way back and reconnecting. This whole experience, that process in itself, was an experience that you wanted to experience, right? 7 to me is inner wisdom. It's life mission. It's gut instincts. And Wands is very spiritual. So I feel like on a spiritual level, you wanted to learn how to disconnect and then how to bring yourself back. Can I go down to a world completely unfamiliar, not know who I am, what I'm doing, have all my memory stripped, and can I find my way back? This is exciting. This is exciting. I know in the details of it, it's like, well, this isn't really exciting, but trust me, from an elevated perspective, this is exciting. And this 7 of Wands coming out is letting me know that right where you're at today, this is not a mistake if you're watching this, you're right where you're supposed to be. You're right where you're supposed to be. And I know some of you might be like, what the heck, you know? But that's because of our programming, you know? We're not programmed to be able to take a deep breath and bring it back to the moment. Just go get your favorite candy bar and sit in the parking lot and eat it. Do you know how magical that is? There is magic in that. We just have been programmed really not to see the magic, right? So this whole process and chapter that you're in, it serves purpose. You're going home, right? Not physically, mentally, spiritually. You're going home. You're waking up. And you can't do that. You can't come down onto earth through this thick fog into this density and find your way back out of a social structure that is strategically designed to keep us limited, right? The only way to do that is to hit that rock bottom where you realize, wait a minute, the structures that have been designed aren't good for us. This doesn't resonate with me, right? So everything that we're going through, it serves purpose. And you're right where you're supposed to be. I really do feel that. Okay, tell me about this Jack and, ooh, interesting. So when one falls on the ground, that to me insinuates that it's happening right now. Ace of Pentacles! Oh my gosh, with the Fool. I love that. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, baby, this speaks for itself. New beginnings, decide in every step. I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm not taking less. I'm deciding to change my reality. I also feel like a lot of you have already made that decision. I know who I am, I know what I want, I know what I'm worth, and I know the reality that I want, and I'm not going to take less than that. I don't care what the structures tell me. I don't care about credit. I don't care about money. It starts with a mindset. I know what I want, and I'm deserving of it. And that's that, right? And as we begin stepping into that, what's happening is the whole economy is kind of collapsing. But what's actually happening is we're beginning to realize our right to survive. We don't have to fight and struggle and, oh, I need to have a job in order to make an income. You really think Creator would just throw us out here and be like, well, hopefully you can find a 9 to 5? No, there's another way of doing things. But it starts with your mindset. It starts with your conscious and subconscious. It starts with your energy field. That's why I say educate on all that. Self-educate on all that. Not everything that you hear is going to be accurate. You kind of got to put it through a sifter, what resonates and what doesn't. But by the time you're done your education process, your self-education process, you put everything through a sifter and then you're left with a pile of information that resonates. Right? And it's game on after that. It is game on after that. Right? It's just a mindset. You have to say, I know what I want. I know who I am, I know what I deserve, and I'm not taking no for an answer. And that's what's happening. And as a result, all of our lives are being shifted, individually and collectively. You know? Collectively, it only takes one in every, if you have one balanced person, you could affect a radius of up to 10,000 people. So we don't need everybody to change their ways. We only need one in every 10,000, and that's what's happened. That's why the energy shift is here. Congratulations, right? And I know everything looks wild and what meets the eye seems very chaotic right now, but I promise you, if you choose to work on your mindset, if you choose to elevate your energy fields, this will be very good. You just have to believe it. You have to get out of the duality, let go of the lies. We're on a ball floating in space. Go back to that moment of eating that candy bar, you know, watching that movie. The other day, somebody was talking to me and they were talking and it was a disagreement. I wasn't, you know, and not that I wasn't listening, but I was really just focusing on hearing their voice. I was just letting them talk, and I was not in the moment of what they were saying to me or how it was going down. It was more of just the fact that, wow, here I am in the physical with this person that I know loves me very much, and just look at them talk, you know? Like I lost my father 2018, and all of us have all gone through an experience where we lose a loved one. And what would you give just to go back and hear that person talk? When you can be in that moment and then take that energy, that gratitude with you throughout your day, you be in the moment for everything. Just be in the moment, right? Doesn't even matter what's happening. Be so grounded, be so in the moment that it doesn't matter, right? And by doing that, you build yourself a whole new foundation, a whole new world, a whole new life. But it starts by making the decision. That's why this Ace of Pentacles is coming with the Jack and the Two of Coins, because you have to make the decision. You know, am I worth it? Is this what I want? Which, by the way, yes, you are. You are worth it. As I've stated before, you're a God. Don't let anybody else tell you differently, right? Then you have the Foundation card with the Strength card and the Fool. I mean, come on, you can't make this up. A new foundation. Look, in this depiction, the sun is just shining down. Just shining down. And really, what's funny is all they have is this stick, this little bag, and look in the other hand, a flower. Growth, new growth. It's almost like they're like, I'm so excited because I have everything that I need to make this happen. Being at a spot where finally it's not just hoping I have everything I need or visualizing everything I need. It's I have everything I need. The universe will always put you in a position where you have everything you need. All you have to do is jump into the experience, right? But you are so supported. Feel that warmth on your face, right? This is going to be really, really good. This is going to be so good. Tell me about this Judgment and this 9. Ooh. 5 of Coins, that's right. So right now, I feel like I had kind of said earlier, whatever's going on currently in your chapter is a little chaotic. Things are moving. But because you've been through the worst, because you're in this 9 position, you're like, okay, I know how this works. I know how this works. And I need to make that judgment call. Hey, this works or this doesn't. And it doesn't matter what meets the eye. What really matters is building that relationship within yourself, right? Coming out of this 5 of Coins energy where you're stuck, you're confused, you're chaotic. The other thing is a lot of people are, like I had touched on earlier, kind of going through these financial deficit experiences. And that is to get you to realize that there's another way of doing things, right? But you have to build that connection. You have to reconnect. There is, in fact, another way of doing things. I mean, I learned a long time ago, you don't need money to get where you want to go. You just need a clear mindset about it. You need to be able to visualize. And when you visualize, see yourself there. Feel it as if it's happening. That's how I manifested my Benz. I was literally in a car accident and boom, next thing you know, series of events. I knew I was at a bunch of crossroads. I had totaled my car, right? That would have put me in this 5 of Coins energy. But when I was in that circumstance, I made the judgment call. No. I decided instead of getting upset, I was getting excited because I was getting a new car, right? And I was open to whatever car, but the goal was a Benz, right? So manifestation comes from these 5 of Coin energy, this change of energy. How can something manifest into your life if you don't allow the process to happen? Things need to go so that new things can come in. And that's when things shift around a little bit. The goal is to be able to control your mind during that shift. To be able to control your thoughts during that shift. I know something's shifting. I'm not going to stress. The universe will open the next door easily and effortlessly. If you have to fight to make something happen, you're going in the wrong door. And it may, listen, every manifestation that I've ever had has butted right up against each other. I mean, it was like that day, if I don't have a solution by that night, then there's going to be a problem, you know, but by that night, I have a solution. And so it's like you can get real close to that, so the objective is to control the mind, control the thoughts, move from your heart. Remember, we're on a ball floating in space, right? Don't let the structures and the beliefs that we've been taught, don't let them get the best of you. And look at this, the moon. I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited that the moon came out. First of all, the moon is such a beautiful feminine energy. It is the mother. It is creating, right? The feminine side of all of ourselves. She sees it. What is it that she wants to make happen? What is the idea? The masculine side makes it happen when the door opens. And we all have this within ourselves, right? But the cool thing about the moon is that the moon is out at nighttime. And a lot of times the moon kind of casts a light, but it's not a full light. It's just a shadow. So when the light kind of goes down on whatever it is you're looking at, you can't always see the full picture, right? Like if you move into a neighborhood at nighttime, you might be like, wow, this is such a cute neighborhood. Oh my gosh. And then in the morning, it's like, wow, it's even better than I thought, right? So what the moon does is it casts shadows. You can't always see the full picture. So we have this 6 of growth and this 6 of cups. And this is you moving forward, moving toward what you want to create, moving away from things that are holding you back. And what the universe is telling you with this moon card is that there are things happening that you can't see yet. And the moon came out, like I said, in that masculine read, the moon came out as well. There are things going on in the background that you can't see yet. So this is a test. You retain the information, then you get tested, right? That's the ebb and flow of the universe. You know when something resonates and you know when something doesn't. Can you follow your inner instincts no matter what? Can you follow that inner guidance no matter what? Trust that there are things going on that you can't see yet. And I'm telling you, follow your inner instincts. You're moving without a lot being disclosed at this time, right? There's a lot of things that we don't actually know. So it is imperative that within every step you take, you begin building a relationship with yourself, following your inner instincts. And I can almost guarantee you, the circumstances that you come up against, what meets the eye, it might be like, why do my inner instincts tell me to do this when it looks like I should be doing this? And that's set up like that for a reason. Can you follow your inner intuition? Build that relationship with yourself. Listen to yourself. You're worth it. Trust me. You're much brighter than we've been taught. Bigger, bolder than we've been taught. You're a god. You're a goddess. Right? And you're not taking any less. So follow your inner intuition. Know that there are things being moved around in the background right now, but that you are supported. There's a manifestation. We're on the brink of some type of manifestation, right? We're on the brink of this new breakthrough. Look at the Fool right in the middle again, right? So beautiful. So I think we're going to get ready to wrap it up there, but here, let me just grab 2. In light of the moon coming out, let's grab 2 cards from the Moonology deck. I like to call these advice cards. I call my oracle cards advice cards. So what kind of advice do you have for us, Spirit? Look at that. A time to give rather than take. I feel that. You know what else I feel like? New moon in Virgo. Give to yourself. This is not a matter of giving to others. This is a matter of giving to yourself. It is time to give rather than take. Stop taking from yourself. Give to yourself. Take time with yourself. Who are you? What do you want to create in life? And then get whatever it is that you need to get and give that to yourself. Right? New moon in Virgo. Time. 3 came out, so we'll take them. Hold your vision. Oh, love that. Fixed moon. You know what I really do love about this one? Is because you can clearly see in this depiction, the moon goes through many cycles, but never once is it not whole, right? And the whole universe reflects what we are. So yes, we go through many cycles, and there are times where we may feel up and down, but never once are you not whole, all right? Hang on to that. You're perfect the way you are. You are absolutely enough. Hold your vision. You don't know what's happening here, okay? There's too much that we don't know. There's too much that's in the shadows still. Follow that inner instinct. Hold that vision that you have steady. You know what's funny? 3 of them came out. This one is going to be going right over the strength, and the foundation card, right? Your job right now is to visualize and hold your vision. Oh my gosh. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Look at this. Conclusions are within reach. I love that. Full moon eclipse. You're here now. You're here. But you know what's interesting, right? Is because what we were talking about is the moon not being able to see things clearly. And look at this. You know, you're not in an open field. There is still a couple things in front of the way, right? So it's just a matter of holding your vision, giving to others where it feels appropriate, but definitely giving to yourself, taking time for yourself, right? Learning how to follow that inner guidance, navigate your way out of the forest. And here we are. Conclusions are within reach. Hang in there. Hang in there, all right? So this weekend overall, I want you to make sure that you're taking time to be in the moment. Sorry, I'm holding a pen. I like to take notes. You'll see at the end, I like to take notes throughout my readings. This is really just about step by step and making sure that every step is in the direction that you want to go. That's the important part right now. All right? Conclusions are right here. So just hang in there. Know that things get a little chaotic right before any manifestation happens. That's the way it works. It's a universal law. It's because things need to shift. Certain things need to go so others can come in. That's how manifestation happens. We're really talking energy here, right? But this is really, really good. This is just about you taking a deep breath, understanding that you wanted to have this experience, making the decision that you are a badass and you deserve whatever it is that you want to create. You know, don't let the structures limit you. And knowing that when things begin to shift and get weird, just hunker down and get into the moment. Step by step, follow your instincts. You will know what direction to go. And knowing that this whole cycle and process, we're coming to the end of it, right? So it's not like we have years and years of, oh my gosh, this is going to be forever. I'm going to hold my vision forever. Like, don't worry, right? Conclusions are within reach. We just have a little bit longer to go, guys. So hang in there, okay? Oh man, beautiful energies. I feel that I can relate to this reading as well. So you're not alone in this. We're all in this together. I love you guys so much. I will be doing the feminine read on Sunday. Curious to see what our feminine side would like to say, right? Because she's the side that creates. She has the ideas, the visions. So I'm really excited. So if you didn't already subscribe and like. Thank you so much for loving and supporting me while I love and support you.